Just there. Come on up. Come on. Oh, you don't want to come say hi? Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa, Arizona on this absolutely super fantastic, amazing, sparkling, well, that was a lot of words, Fun Friday. Oh my gosh, I am just so on fire this morning. I somehow managed to sleep. One of the companies I'm partnered with is having their official launch tomorrow, and I am so excited for this launch to happen. There's going to be so many great things being talked about at this launch tomorrow. I have no idea what they are. I just know it's going to be super fantastic and sparkling, and I am on fire. It is unbelievable how excited I am. I've hardly got any sleep this week. And last night, I think just out of, you can see the suitcase is starting to form under the eyes here. After the super fantastic, what the heck? Hang on. No, whoa, back up. After a very exhausted week where I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, after I did my journaling last night, yes, that was 7 days in a row that I have been journaling, if you're keeping track. And I would tell you this, the journal, oh my gosh, I am squirreling so much today. My mind is all over the place. This is where I need the calmness of Zephy. I was on a call yesterday, and it was a very emotional call. And afterwards, just to help me ground myself, I just went and picked up Zephy and just sat with her and just held her tight and hugged her and just buried my face in her fur and just breathed. And just breathe. I did some deep breathing while my face was buried in her fur, and it just helped ground me. Now she's at the window whining, and I'm so like, please come here. I need to be grounded. So I'm so blessed that I have Zephy. Anyway, lack of sleep. Got it. Lack of sleep. Sorry, this one's going to be all over the place this morning, but it's a fun Friday, so flow with it. And if the energy's too much, come back later and watch. That's okay. And I haven't had any caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. I drink herbal tea every morning. And this one has lemon, ginger, and manuka honey in it. It has zero caffeine. So this is me naturally in the morning. But anyway, so I got into bed last night, read my novel, started falling asleep, normal nightly routine, rolled over, threw a blanket over Zephy like I normally do when I go to sleep. And I actually got woken up by my alarm clock this morning. And I got my new alarm clock. It actually has 27 different sounds to it. And it's, and this one thing I like about it is that the face of the clock is blacked out. So the only way you can set it at night is to hit any button, and it will just light up for like about 5 or 6 seconds. And you can read what the time is. But what it does is that it starts lighting up gradually, and it takes 2 minutes to get to the full volume level that you have set, along with the full brightness. And then you can snooze it for 10 minutes if you wish. I will tell you, I woke up with that this morning after a solid 6 hours of sleep. I was in the same position I went to sleep in. I was sort of like, what the heck just happened? And this little nose peers out from underneath, and I'm like, look over at Zeph, and there's this little nose just peering out from the blanket. And but I will tell you this, I guess it was just exhaustion finally took over. But what an incredible night's sleep, and the way to wake up in the morning with the sound of, what did I have going? It was birds. It was just birds tweetering in the morning, I think it was. Oh, hang on. It was some natural sound thingy that I had, and to have that light just slowly get brighter and brighter over a 2-minute time period, and the sound to go up over it. What an incredible way to wake up with an alarm clock, instead of just something that just blares out at a full volume, or whatever volume level you've got it set at, and you're sort of like, oh, I'm awake. No, this was just a beautiful, gentle way to wake up this morning. It was incredible. And I've been on fire since I've woken up. In fact, one thing about the journaling is that it has helped it helps clear out the clutter. And I have been finding, and I suddenly came up with this incredible idea this morning, which I have been busy writing in this, which is my Ideas, Dreams, Why Not book. I've been busy writing in this morning. I had to stop for my training meeting. Then I went back to writing some more in there. Excuse me. So there's something exciting coming in that. So today is Fun Friday. Jeepers, it's taken me 5 minutes to get to Fun Friday. Okay, so Fun Friday. So part of, it's all about fun in 2021 is part of that program is, and I'm actually going to be promoting it as a program throughout the year. So part of fun in 2021 is having the fun jar. And the fun jar is taking, and I'm busy. Oh, besides writing down ideas, I'm also sitting here with little pieces of paper that I am in the process of cutting up so I can then put them in. I don't have an actual glass jar because glass jars and RVs when traveling do not mix very well. But I have this empty tin can that's been sitting on my counter since I finished all the shortbread that was in it. This had European shortbread cookies. They were so good. This thing's about 12 inches long. Hello, Zippy. Good morning, sweet girl. Come to... Oh, you want to sniff the can. You want to smell what's inside? There's nothing in there. It's empty. But it's got good smells left, hasn't it? Oh, yes, with a little bit of tin smell. So I thought, well, this is going to make a good, fun jar for me because it's made of metal. It ain't going to break and shatter if it falls out of a cupboard or bangs up against something else. And it's pretty narrow. And I can get my hand in there, which is good. That was the other good thing. So what I'm going to do is cut these down to about this size. Oh, you want to sniff that too? She's got to sniff everything. To about this size. And then I'm going to write a fun activity on there, put it in my fun jar. So then once a week in my fun time block, I'm going to put it in there and pull out what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm probably going to put the ideas in there, pull one out, and then that will be next week's fun thing because there are some things that are going to go on here that are going to require a little bit of planning time in order for it to happen. For example, if I want to do a staycation, for example, and I have rules with staycations. My rules with staycations are that I am not allowed online at all unless it is something specific to do with the activity that I'm going to do on the staycation, like finding, oh, well, first of all, we're going to be researching and spend the week researching for the thing, what times the thing's open, is there any cost involved with it. So I'm going to be doing all the research that week so I can have the plan written out. The only thing I can use online for is if it requires an online check-in or if it requires you have to book online. That's all going to be done in advance. But the other rule I have is basically you're offline except for directions. You can go on the phone to do directions and to take photographs and post them. But if you're doing a staycation, it's all about going out and exploring your local area. How many things can you squeeze into the weekend of your staycation that where you're spending no more than $20 per person per day, and that includes gas, parking, and food. Now, there is a way you can get around those three things. And ways to get around those three things, like with gas for the car, make sure the car is filled up with gas before you even get to the weekend. Like do it on a Thursday or a Friday morning because you're going to be starting this on Saturday. And so the car's fully gassed up. And then with the parking costs, take public transportation if you can, because that's always a very easy way. So therefore you're eliminating the gas car, although you may have to take the car to wherever the public transportation is, and then get on the public, like when I was in, what's on my foot? When I was in San Diego, I could have driven to one of the bus transits, the park and rides, where the buses go through, and then taken that into downtown San Diego. And so, and they have day passes, which are like, I think, $5 or $6 for the day or something. It's not that expensive, and you can ride around the whole transit system for that day. So it's a great way to save costs. You also get an exercise because you're now walking to and from activities. And then, but how many free things can you do within your community? So it's getting you out and getting you to know your community. And the other thing with the food is that you do the grocery shopping before the weekend. You make up meals to take with you, so therefore you're not having to buy anything when you're out. Yay! So it's helping you think ahead and plan ahead. So that's sort of like that's my staycation planning. Although not going to be a lot of most people are staycationing anyway because it's not really staycation because it's forcing you having to work and live from home and all that. Well, the lockdowns and everything, but it's something that you can perhaps plan when restrictions start getting lifted again and things start opening up again. There's planning for things like that. Other things that you can do is, you want to do a jigsaw puzzle. Do you have any jigsaw puzzles in the house to start with? No, maybe you want to go online, order a cheap jigsaw puzzle, or go down to the local. They don't even have toy stores or Walmart or Target or something and pick up a jigsaw puzzle from there that you can do. Just something. There are some things that are going to require some planning. Like if you pull something out, do you have what you need in the house to do it? If not, now you've got the week to get those supplies in so that you can go do what it is. One of the things on there, making a paper airplane. Just go to your printer, pull out some paper, make a paper airplane. And if you've got a family, all go make your own paper airplanes, come back with your designs and see who can fly the furthest. Farthest. The longest. Fun things like that. So you put them in a jar, and you can even have, taking turn. If you've got a family, take turns at pulling something out of the jar. And so like today, you'd go pull it out for next week's fun Friday thing. So you have times to get whatever supplies you may need together, or doing any organization you might need, and that sort of stuff. So this is going to be my fun jar. Pretty cool tin, huh? I like this. The shortbread was really good too. I enjoyed that. I had to limit myself because I love the European shortbread. It's something to do with it really is. And even in New Zealand, when I made shortbread there, I loved it too. But over here in the States, I can't get that same creamy flavor unless I get the European butters, the butters that actually come in from Europe. And it really is, the butter in shortbread makes a huge, huge difference. So I like going to places like World Market where I can get the international baking supplies and things, and can get the sometimes I can get the butters in the supermarket. And but yeah, there's something about the European butters and butter from New Zealand that makes a beautiful shortbread. And it's also the quality of the ingredients makes a huge difference. I've tried making shortbread here in the States. So, but when I found World Market, I would go, or I could actually order some stuff online. I would go do that, and then I could make my my shortbread, and it tasted so much better. It really is the ingredients. It really makes a difference on the ingredients. So that's the fun jar, my fun jar. So go make your own fun jar today. Just get a piece of paper. This was just a standard piece of paper. It's going to go down to this size when I'm finished, and I can just write things, just right here, and I can take up both sides, fold it up, and throw it in there. And then once a week, pull something out for the following week. So when I finish today's fun activity, whatever it's going to be, I haven't decided yet, then I will, pull my one out for next week. Just jumped up into my elbow. Come here, sweetie girl. I didn't mean to whack your head. And so I thought, I've also got a genealogy tip of the day. We're doing genealogy. Why not have a tip of the day? And I was actually just in one of my genealogy Facebook groups that I belong to, and somebody had this really cool idea, and it sort of reminded me of something that I now do, and I should have totally got up to go get it because I did find it, is always carry a digital recorder with you. If you're going to go visit relatives, be they older than you, be they on the same, be they cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-aunts, great-uncles, great-grandaunts and uncles. If you don't know what a great-grandaunt and uncle is, it is your great-grandparents' siblings. Hang on. Yes, because your great-aunt and uncle is your, hang on. Your great-aunt and uncle is your grandparents' siblings, and your great-grand-aunt and uncle is your great-grandparents' siblings. So that's just the distinction between the two. So the great part comes in on the grandparents, on the regular grandparents. So for example, my brother is a grandfather, and my niece and my niece. My niece. I've got two nephews and a niece that have had children. So their children to me, I am their great aunt. So I'm an aunt to my niece and nephew, and I am a great aunt to my niece and nephew, to my niece and nephew's children. If that helps. Anyway, so your genealogy tip of the day is always, always, always carry a digital recorder with you. Yes, we have cell phones that can do this, but on most cell phones, and I've found with mine, is that if a phone call comes in, a text message comes in, if something else happens on the phone, the recording will stop. So yes, you could use your phone as a recording, but check to see if you get incoming calls, incoming text messages, notifications, does that stop the recording? So I have to and it stops it, and sometimes it will like if the phone rings and if the phone rings, it will stop, but it won't restart once the call drops off. On notifications, it will pause for however many seconds and then restart recording. So I always carry a separate digital recorder, and there are plenty out there, ones that you can even hook up to the computers by USB to transfer the sound files across. And you can get ones that will record up to 80 hours. And that's a lot of talking. But the thing I like about the digital recorders is that they're small. They just fit into a handbag quite easily. They can fit into a pocket very easily, and you just take it out, press it, and I've got one that when I'm driving, it's a single record button. I just hit one button to start, one button. Well, excuse me. You've had your breakfast. Oh, you're seeing watching the other dogs outside playing, aren't you? But with the digital recorder, it also has a place where I can plug in a lav mic, which is the little ones that you just pin, that you clip to your clothing. And so when I'm driving, the digital recorder will little basket next to my because I don't have anywhere to put anything. So I'm trying to find a little basket to go underneath the window on the driver's side there, where I can put things like my digital recorder, put some snacks in there for when I'm driving. I already got the cup holder thing. I'm getting that sorted out. But here's annoying. But having that digital recorder, and then you can have the extent, you can put the lav mic in there, which, like I said, it's a little clip-on microphone. And the cool part is that with the clip-on microphone, is that I don't need to be holding the recorder in the direction that it needs to capture my voice. It's capturing it through the clip-on mic. I've actually got one that I attached to Brad's camera with all the whippy-doo bells and whistles things for when we would go out and do videos. And it's got like a 20 or 30 foot lead on it. I mean, it's got this long lead. I'm going to see if I can find one with a shorter, like about a 10 foot lead or something. See if I can find something with a little shorter than a 20 foot, 30 foot lead. But I can plug that in. And so when I'm driving, I've got this one button operation, and it's a big button, so you can't miss it. So you can be driving along the road, you can reach down, pick it up, you can feel that button, hit it, record what you need to record, put it back, record what you need to record, pick it up, hit it again, and you still got your, okay, so it's not technically hands-free because you've got to use a hand to touch the button, but I may find a way to see if there's a way that I can like Velcro it to the wall or something, so I can just reach across and press the button. See, look, this is what a good night's sleep will do to you. Journaling and a good night's sleep, it frees up the brain, because I never thought of the Velcro thing till just now. But always carry a digital recorder with you, because when you are talking to anybody and you start on the family stories and stuff, unless you record them, are you going to remember them? I always have note paper and pen. I always have a notebook and pen with me, and a digital recorder. So if I'm ever talking to anybody in the family, I can set the recorder, have that going, pull my notebook out, take some notes. When they start in on the family stories and the family history and that sort of thing. That way I'm capturing it in their words, and yes, it can be preserved for the future generations. So that's my tip for the day. Always, always, always carry a digital recorder with you so that you can record conversations that you have with family members about family history, especially if you're asking aunts and uncles about their life. There's a whole slew of questions that you can ask people when you're interviewing them for the family history and things. And I have a 100 questionnaire. It's got 100 questions. Yeah, it's got 100 questions on it of different questions that you can ask. Anything like, where did you go to school? What was it like going to school in your day? Where and when did you meet your spouse? How many children how many pregnancies did you have, and how many children lived? Or no, not pregnancies. How many children did you give birth to, and how many have survived? Things like that. Because some of the older generations. Okay, somebody must have just dropped something off by the door, because all of a sudden, all the hair along Zeffie's back is standing upright, and she's growling. And she's at the door doing it. Nobody's knocked on the door, so they're obviously dropping something off. And she's run to the window and had a look, and now she's back at the door, and all the hair along the back of her neck, from the back of her neck all down her back, is standing on end. And she's growling. And it's a very low rumbling. My good little girl's protecting her domain. I love it. So carry the digital recorder so you can capture those stories. We have the 100 questions. If you would like a copy of the 100 questions, please send me a private message and I'll be more than happy to share that PDF file with you. So that's it from me for today for our fun Friday. I'm not sure how I'm going to get any work done today, but I am going to figure it out and get it done. There's going to be some music involved today. There's going to be, my desk has currently got, I've got 4 notebooks sitting in front of me right now. I have my journal, I have my idea book, I have my training notebook from the training I just did, I have my daily book that I write notes in for what I'm going to talk to you about you guys with, and then I have my little note pieces of paper that I'm making for my fun jar. And I've got my basket over there with all the post-it notes in it. So my desk is very cluttered right now. I'm going to go take a few minutes to clear off the clutter so I can have a clutter-free desk and then I can start work. So I need to put all these notes, oh, and I've got my planner on here as well. So I need to clear my desk of all this clutter, put on here my notebook that I use when I'm working, and get some work done. So go have a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. Don't forget about creating your fun jar. Get the kids involved. If you've got kids, get them involved. If you've got a spouse, get them involved as well. They're going to put things in there that they like to do that you may not like to do. Suck it up and do it anyway. It's, because it's all part about the bonding and understanding your partner better. Also understanding your kids better. If they come up with things that you really don't like doing, but it's something that they love, you get to get a glimpse into their world and what it is that they like about a particular activity. If you're not interested in dinosaurs and they are, and they want to go to the dinosaur museum, go. You may learn something, and just watch. The cool part about watching a kid when they are passionate about something, or watching anybody when they're passionate about something, when you take them somewhere like kids, if they're interested in dinosaurs, and you take them to that first museum with all the dinosaur bones and the all done up in the displays and things, and watching their face, just eyes light up, the face glows, and they're all of a sudden they're just enraptured in that moment. That is such an incredible thing to witness. So if it's something that your kid enjoys and you don't, suck it up, do it anyway, because it is going to bring that child so much joy, and it's going to be a great memory for them as they grow older, as they grow up and everything else. And it's going to be a great story that they will share with their kids later on. So always be looking for ways that you can create memories with your kids, with your spouses, that are stories that can get told for a long time. So go make your fun jar. Remember, genealogy tip of the day is always carry a digital recorder and notebook and pen with you, so you can always capture the stories as they are told to you by later generations. If you would like a copy of the 100 questions to ask your family members and things, just send me a private message and with your email, and I will be happy to forward that document to you. So go have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later today. But have a super fantastic sparkling fun Friday. Hekonera. It's time.